Hello everyone, this is Yvonne from Yvonne Ceramics. Today we are going to do a quick tutorial on how to make this beautiful flower plate. It is a hand building project. I got this 3D print cutter from Della Designs. So we are going to use this cutter and a form from pottery form to make this little dish. So the first step I need to do is roll out my slab of clay. So I'm using mid-fire Cone 6 speckled clay here. I'm just going to roll out my slab. So after rolling out my slab, I'm using my rib to compress my clay and to smooth out any wrinkles I have on the surface. So this looks pretty good. And then I have my cutter here. This is a flower shaped cutter. It has this really nice smooth edge here. I'm going to get a piece of saran wrap here and I'm going to cover my clay and then I'm going to cut this. And the reason why I am using saran wrap to cover my clay while cutting is so that the clay will not stuck to the edge of the cutter and the edge will be smooth. And I'm using my rolling pin to roll over the cutter, so just to add extra pressure onto the cutter. There's a little bit blemish. I'm just gonna smooth that out. Let's take this part out. So that's my little flower here. I'm just going to flip it over onto the back and I want to stamp my maker's mark on the back. Very good. And I also have this stamp, Success Made in Canada. I 3D print the stamp here. I thought it's just a nice little touch to let anyone know that this is handmade in Canada. Okay, next I am going to flip this back and I want to make this into a little bowl. So sometimes when you stamp anything on the back, sometimes you'll see this little, I'll zoom this in, see this little here, that raised. So I can just use my rib here to smooth that out. Like that. I can drape this on top of a mold to create that little bowl, but I want to just add little texture to create more interesting. I've got this beautiful texture roller online. It has butterflies and flowers, so I thought this would be fitting for my flower cutter here. But first, I'm going to remove these clay. Okay, and then I'm going to roll the texture roller onto my clay. So you want to have nice even pressure while I roll. There, that looks really nice. And then I'm going to get a mold. So I got this round mold from pottery form. It's a 5-inch. It works perfectly with this flower cutter. So first I'm going to just put saran wrap on this mold so that the clay doesn't stick onto the mold. Then I'm going to flip this onto the form like that. And then I'm just going to make sure it is centered. And then I'm just going to press it down like that. Sometimes when I press it down, it creates these little wrinkles on the edge where I press it down. Don't worry about it. So we can just use a rib to smooth that out. Like that, perfect. So I'm just gonna let this clay sit on the mold for a little bit until it goes leather hard. Okay everyone, so this has been sitting outside uncovered for about half an hour or so. So it feels a little bit harder now, and I'm going to flip it over to show you guys. So because it's covered in plastic, I can just easily remove the mold and just take off this plastic. That's why I love having plastic around the clay. It's just easier to remove the mold. Next, I'm going to use a little wet paintbrush and just lightly brush the edge, because if you see the edge, it's a little bit sharp. So I'm going to use a little paintbrush with water and just smooth out that edge. Nice little touch, and just a quick and easy way to make something beautiful with texture. And I think I'm going to glaze this with a celadon glaze. I might highlight the little butterfly as well. So yeah, that's a quick little project, easy to make for Mother's Day or with students or kids. And so that's it for today's quick tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.